Welcome in to the Bro Force Squad podcast. We're here to give you guys another world famous movie commentary on the Disney classic. I don't know if it's a classic. It's not a classic, but the Disney Pixar movie Inside Out. We have our movies paused at the 30-second mark currently on Disney Plus. If you guys want to go ahead and get your movies there, we're going to go around the adolescent brain and meet the fellow bros. To my right, we have the mayor himself, Jeffrey F. Hornacek. Horns, now, growing up, I know that you dealt with a lot of emotions and different things. Can you give us an example of one of the times when joy and sadness kind of were conflicting in your mind?
I mean, you just described to me the first 6 tracks on the Good Charlotte album Anthem.
God, I love that anthem.
Runs the gamut of emotions. And the guy you're about to introduce, Ronnie Cycli, talk about a Good Charlotte. My God, this dude bleeds Good Charlotte. So yeah, you want a big emotional roller coaster? Check that out. It's just wild. They are rich people, but they also hate rich people. It's really gives you whiplash from all the different emotions you're going to go through.
And to his right, as he said, we have our mayor himself, Ronnie Cycli, full on.
No, I'm the mayor.
That's
eyes. I know.
You're
Look,
the
guys,
outgoing mayor. I'm coming in.
It's been a long fucking day. All right.
How long has your term even been?
Our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli, with his hair over his eye and everything. Now, Cycli, if I were to run away from home, would there be any legal repercussions?
Only if someone wanted you back, so no.
Ouch. Okay.
Boom roasted. All right, thanks for tuning in tonight, guys.
All right.
Also, fuck Good Charlotte. I'm just going to put it out there.
Oh, we just lost half our listener base.
Yeah. And the other half don't listen to us anyway. So
yeah,
cool.
It's our wives.
All right. And to our legal counsel's left, we have the American hero, Nate Thurman. Now, Thurman, you've been on some crazy adventures in your mind before. Can you show us or tell us one of your crazy? I'm all over the place today, guys. Just give us a story.
Do you want me to paint you a word picture?
I would love that.
Man, what a deep and dangerous zone you're getting into, going into my mind. I don't think anyone should really be exposed to that, even myself, but I drew the short straw, so here we are. It looks something like James McAvoy, a wine and painting night, and a bowl of spaghetti carbonara.
Wow,
really nice.
Love that.
Sign me up.
Fuck, I'll date you.
Damn it! Actually,
Jesus.
that doesn't sound too bad.
I picture James McAvoy as the Patricia character of his from Split. Hello, children.
Hello. Yes.
And I'm just sitting here tonight watching a fucking movie commentary with you guys.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
That's all I'm doing.
Nate's the only one you got their intro right of all 3 of us. What are you guys fucking?
I was really hoping he would call him the mayor too. Like, this is a democracy. We can all run for office.
3 mayors.
It doesn't matter, guys, because I'm the governor. No, the president. Which one's better? The president.
The people at
That's
home
me.
are like, are we going to watch this fucking movie?
Yeah.
No.
No. 30 seconds,
cute.
guys. Disney is fading out. Pixar is fading in. We're going to hit play in 3, 2, 1. Inside Out. Guys, that was by far my worst ever hosting job ever. And I've been doing this a long time.
Considering the short notice, I think it's pretty good. As we get started, Banner, I don't think I've ever known this. What is the origin of the Pixar intro being the desk lamp? Is that everything? Is there like a weird Steve Jobs?
That was their first short was the desk lamp and the ball. Yeah, that was kind of their proof of concept that, hey, this technology works and we can make film out of this. It obviously wasn't a feature film. They did several shorts before we got Toy Story or A Bug's Life, depending on who you talk to.
We're back to this debate.
We're definitely back to
on
this
the Bug's Life poster. It says from the studio that brought you Toy Story.
Yeah, but who knows which one actually came first? Okay?
That's true.
There's no way to know that.
Well, maybe.
So before we dive into this, I think the thing that Pixar has always done that has made them successful is they've taken ideas that kids find incredibly interesting and imaginative and turned them into films with varying degrees of success, like the Toy Story, right? The concept that when you leave, your toys come to life. I think Inside Out is a great idea. Where they have kind of lost me is like now we get into like the elementals. What if the elements had personalities? Hey, what if they didn't?
Yeah, them tying Inside Out, tying it to a human and tying it to characters inside your head, since most people have an inner monologue they're thinking about and being torn back and forth, that works. But yeah, the elemental thing is kind of
this movie. I mean, the way they explain like joy and sadness, depression, anger. I mean, to fundamentally, like, it hits as an adult. Like, I mean, I'm not joking. I watched this movie for the first time. I was on an airplane, 2018, flying to Thailand with nothing to do. I cried on the airplane. Like, maybe it was because I was deliriously tired from being awake for 35 hours, but
that definitely wasn't it.
This movie really made me emotional because it hits those things that as a child you when you don't understand, when you're trying to process stuff, and it's just still so authentic and real.
Yeah, I mean, and there's even like a version of this movie you could make for like adults dealing with like depression. Like, what about a guy who like, gets divorced or something?
I think that's Inside Out 3. I think 2 we're getting puberty, and then 3 we're gonna get adulthood.
Riley is postmenopausal, and there's all those characters that come in.
I don't even think this
keeping
is
up with the times.
I don't even think this is going out on a limb. But Pixar didn't have a miss until Finding Dory, which was after this. That was 2016. So they went from 95 to 2016 without a miss.
Am I being, maybe I'm misremembering, was Finding Dory a miss or just not as good as Nemo?
I fucking hated Finding Dory.
Did you really? I couldn't
stand it.
I remember being like fine with it. It was just no Nemo. Like I personally wouldn't call Finding Dory a miss.
Okay, well, shortly after that, Cars 3 came out.
There are definite misses.
I guess Cars 2 was more of a miss than Cars 3. But
for me, I think I just didn't realize that Finding Dory wasn't like considered good.
Yeah, it was back when Ellen was still like America's golden girl.
Yeah, I've her.
Lewis Black as Anger, just incredible casting.
I mean, it's perfect.
Oh,
that's his whole bit.
It's literally him.
Yeah. That's all it is.
According to IMDb, some memory balls, it's funny to say, in Riley's mind actually contain scenes from other Pixar movies, such as Carl and Ellie's wedding in Up.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Why was Riley at their wedding?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of a plot hole, right? Like, why would she have that? And maybe she's related to Carl. Who knows?
Now, I could see being at Ellie's funeral, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just one of those Easter egg things they put in there, which now I'm going to have to go back and watch this another time and pause it and deep dive and zoom in and see what all is in there. But you mentioning Up is great because I was just thinking about that as we're introing into this movie, because that's another thing that Pixar like nails on the head a lot of the times. Emotional, fun. It still ties in and can be enjoyed by children and adults. It hits on so many different levels.
I mean, the way Up starts, you think to yourself like, well, fuck, how am I going to recover? That was just the opening credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. How am I going to explain this to a kid?
And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, during that first sequence in Up, sorry, we're talking about another movie.
Brian, this is your sophomore year every Friday night.
Yeah.
Shaking
what are you talking about? That was a slow Tuesday.
But I don't believe a word is said in that opening sequence in Up.
I don't think so.
Don't even need it.
Yep.
No.
According to IMDb, also, the writers considered up to 27 emotions, which I wonder how hyper-specific they're getting, but settled on joy, sadness, disgust, fear, and anger.
I don't even know that I have 27 emotions.
Yeah, some that were cut included surprise, pride, and trust.
And I don't even know if those are ones that are going to make it into 2.
Pride maybe more as a teenager, maybe like the
I could see trust as well.
Emotion.
Yeah,
the pride, like you don't want to be embarrassed or anything.
Yeah. So coming up in Inside Out 2, the big ones that are going to get introduced are disgust, anxiety, and envy.
Anxiety is going to hit too hard.
What about horniness?
Nate, what was the last one you said?
Envy.
Horniness?
No, I did not say horniness.
That could be a post-credit scene.
I'm actually I'm interested to see how they're going to handle that, because like obviously becoming of age is part of puberty. Like you start growing hair in places that you didn't think you would grow hair.
They'll
and
probably handle it like the third and fourth Harry Potter movies, right? Like they're not explicitly going into like the horniness, but they're like their awkwardness with girls and boys and like, you know, making an ass out of yourself and people finding it funny. Like I'm sure they will address it, but in a very, you know, PG way.
Let's hope they learn their lesson from Turning Red.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction here on this pod that the whole build up to the second one is gonna be kissing a boy.
Wow.
You did say that though, like you go on a lot of other podcasts. Like I'm gonna make a prediction on this pod.
Who you been?
I've been meaning to tell you guys.
He gives a different prediction on each one he's on, so that way he's right once.
Spread your seed, man.
They should have had them drive through Radiator Springs here.
That would've been cool.
Ooh,
I'm just saying, if we're gonna tie shit together, let's fucking tie it together.
Banner, are you a Bluey family?
I love Bluey.
Did you see the newest episode that like got like adults and everyone like crying?
I don't know that I have specifically, but maybe. I've seen several episodes that like really hit hard.
Yeah, well, there was a new one that like was trending all over, and it kind of has to do with moving, and so like
I think I know which one you're talking about. Bluey's genius. If you guys haven't seen Bluey, whether you have a kid or not, go watch a couple episodes of that.
That's what I was fucking
hilarious.
My nieces, and I was just like, oh my god, like that's what I like think about the '90s growing up, and I really respect how we used to do kids stuff. Like we would give kids movies and kid-centric things, but they would have adult themes. They would have serious things going on in the background that kids would learn from and the adults would be entertained by. And then there's a period in like the aughts and the mid 2010s, like it just felt like every kid-centric thing went away from any seriousness. Like we were so afraid to scare our kids or whatever. And I'm like, dude, kids can handle more than we think.
You have no idea. Kids are so resilient. It's insane.
I bet Shrek is funnier to adults than it is to kids.
Oh, absolutely.
I can honestly say I don't think I've seen Shrek as an adult because I didn't love it as a kid. I need to revisit it. We've all had our ass on fire like that before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whether it was trying to jump over a fire, like Horns of Sand jump of our boss drew our ass out, or late night Taco Bell. So.
Mm-hmm.
So these are like as she makes core memories, they get archived. Is that what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're saving these to our terabyte drive, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Visions. Whatever she's on, I'll take 2.
Yeah, you got to have an idea for the room before you move in. Aim for the stars, and if you fall, you land on a cloud.
How many times did you guys rearrange your room in middle school, though? Like, I swear, like, there would be every month I was like, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to have more space for
I'd set the over-under at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Over, like, a 3-year period.
I shouldn't have an eye for that.
I didn't either. I just was like, it felt different every time I did it. I was just like, oh, cool.
New room.
Cool my room is. Yeah, exactly.
Now, rearranging the house just seems like such a daunting task. I'm just like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like I hate this chair here, but I'm not gonna move it because I don't know what else to do.
That's got to be hooking. I mean,
yeah, for sure, that's a penalty. That's at least 2 minutes in the.
Where's the ref in this?
So how old is she now? 8, 9?
Yeah, I'd say between 8 and 10.
And they moved from what, like Minnesota to San Francisco?
I believe so. And again, if we're gonna connect this shit, oh, never mind.
Big Hero 6.
Yeah, it's not Pixar. It's not Pixar. No, it's Disney Animation.
Oh,
Call Off the Dogs.
Might have been DreamWorks.
Definitely, it was actually the first Marvel property that Disney made into a movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Little fun fact for you on a completely different fucking movie. Who puts broccoli on their pizza? And I'm a guy that likes pineapple on my pizza. I'll eat some weird shit on my pizza, but I'm not putting.
I actually think, I'll be honest, I think I have had broccoli on a pizza once.
Well,
like it wasn't by choice. It was like in a social setting. It was like,
oh god, and you just want to be liked.
I think it could be good.
Yeah.
Like,
I like broccoli.
roast
I like pizza.
Yeah, you put a little
I
roasted
think
broccoli on top. If it's like
Yeah.
really roasted and
You
crispy,
gotta roast that. Add a lot of garlic on top of it, which
I
know
think
you
the
love.
cheese is
Chill,
important
chill,
too. I think
chill,
you got to
chill,
go more
chill.
Parmesan than mozzarella there too.
Why not both?
like it,
Why
like
not
is the
both?
main
Yeah.
cheese.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, dude.
Oh,
That's worse
Like,
than
it's
the
a-
garlic.
Yeah, and putting fucking broccoli on your pizza isn't fucking weird.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Some of us.
No,
care
but it
about
does
our
make a
health.
left, Jeff. It does make a left.
That was true.
damn, he got you
Mine
there.
froze for a second. What's happening in yours right now? Is Riley like
The
on the
robots
stairs?
are taking over. Arnold Schwarzenegger
Oh,
is.
shit.
Oh my God, he's completely
Got it.
naked.
Okay, yeah, I'm in that part.
Making a sad core memory.
Yep.
So did the ball just hit the one chick in the leg?
She's rubbing the
she's
ball.
trying-
She's
Yeah,
staring
she's
at
trying to rub the ball.
Just give me a timestamp. Fuck this.
She's rubbing the ball. She's looking at the ball.
Oh,
She's holding a blue
12:46.
ball. Yeah,
12:48.
Okay.
9:50.
Yeah. Welcome back. So
I really love. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think I've only seen this once, and someone could probably explain this to me because I was talking during this earlier. So whenever everything was being developed in our head, the lands and the islands outside of like their main compound there, what are those?
Those are like different. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Well, when they go to Bing Bongs, what is like discarded in his world? It's like
Those are like those are
old
like the
memories
memories.
that they have to get rid of, right?
Yeah, I think those are like your short-term memory. That like
Core
you don't remember
memories.
Things. Yeah,
And when they run out of space, they have to discard them to one of those places, right?
I think so.
So for my brain, I would have a whole one of like useless shit that will never help me anywhere, like knowing the first 150 Pokemon and their types, but like my bank account information would be discarded.
Like any password. Like 5
Right.
minutes ago that I just made. I was already gone. What was that password?
How many times have you guys reset your password and then get locked out
Bro.
because you reset your password?
It's like, and then I make a new password. It's like, you can't do your old password. I was like, but you told me.
You
I
just
know.
told me that
Password.
wasn't my password. That's why
I know
I'm
it.
setting it.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Literally have to call IT every 3 months when they make me change my password. I'm like, this is your guys' fault because
My
you guys
work
are making me
email,
change.
when you change your password, or sorry, when I have to do like the double authentication, there's an option that says don't ask again for 60 days. I click it every single time. I do
Still
this
ask.
3 times a week.
Still
So I don't know
ask.
what they think 60 days is, but it's a different
Man.
measurement than I'm using it for.
Did they say what planet they were on? Because I'm pretty sure 60 days in March is like 3 days. Or on Mars. Sorry, not in March.
Oh, I was like, for 60 days in March. Okay.
I'm all over the place, guys. It's been a rough fucking day. All right.
It's okay. We're gonna battle through. See, you just want to be like Sadness right now, face down, crying on the floor.
Pretty
By the way,
much.
I'm not going to look up her name, but how great of casting was it to get Phyllis from The Office to be Sadness?
Awesome. I like thinking back, is there anybody that you could think that would do even half as good a job?
I don't know. No, I don't know the specific names, but I know for the second one, there's quite a few people not returning. Like, I don't think Bill Hader's coming back. I know Anna
Really?
Faris had like a big, yeah, there was some really, like Mindy Kaling isn't coming back. There was like a big debate with like their salaries or something. And to the point where Amy Poehler, like she almost didn't come back, but I think her re-signing actually was controversial too, because she's making like exponentially more than the other.
This
people.
might be it's a hot take, but I really wish we went back to the days where like animated movies weren't about celebrity voices. We actually had animated like voice actors.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
one of the things that actually fundamentally changed that was Robin Williams. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Genie.
that's a fucking legend. But like the thing is, it was you didn't get kids in the movie theater because so and so was playing a character. It was like, hey, this is a voice actor who can do a specific range.
Mhm.
And now you get these celebrities who are just doing it for like, I mean, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I'm like, dude, that's just Seth Rogen. You know, like that's all that is.
Yeah.
Well, and I think Robin Williams was even in Fern Gully, and as a kid, I had no fucking idea that he was like one of the voices in that.
Yeah. Fern Gully. Wow. Haven't heard that in forever.
Been a fat minute.
name I haven't heard in a long time.
It looks like they have Tony Hale replacing Bill Hader's Fear.
Interesting.
I can see that, to be honest.
Not bad.
Is,
I can see
Min-
that matching the voice.
what's Mindy Kaling's character?
She's discussed.
Okay, is she coming back in the second one? I thought she was one of the people that was not.
She is not. I don't know. Liza Lapira is going to be discussed.
Mm.
Then Anxiety is going to be Maya Hawke, and Envy is, I'm going to butcher her name, but it is Io Debris. But she was on the Bear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She just dropped out of the Thunderbolts. So I was kind of bummed.
Oh, dang it.
Okay. I don't know why she's so upset right now. I loved as a kid sleeping in my sleeping bag. Like it felt like you were doing something really like fancy and fun.
But why isn't her bed set up?
The moving van is late.
Yeah, the moving van isn't there yet.
Oh, got it.
But it seems like an adventure. You're in a sleeping
Rob and I
bag.
had to do when we moved over here. The moving truck was coming 2 days later, so we had to go. We had a completely empty house. We went and bought just an air mattress and had our dogs. That was the only thing we had.
That's awesome. Did you just eat pizza and you're like in fucking college?
Yes, that's exactly what we did. Like we had our suitcases with clothes, our 2 dogs, and an air mattress.
Set up a computer to watch a movie on.
No, there's no internet.
Oh, even better.
That's tough.
That's like old school style.
Because we got to the house on a Sunday.
Hold on. I got a question here. So, moving truck's not there, so we got to sleep in a sleeping bag. But yet we have a fucking lamp.
I mean, there's some things you take in the car.
You bring a lamp in the car. Get the fuck out of here. No, you don't.
No, I'm not going to speak for other people.
Don't.
I'm not going to speak.
I will.
It's a small item.
Nobody brings a fucking lamp in a car.
They bought it at Target then. Is that okay? They got some bare necessities. Got to have light in your room.
I guess, but that looked like a well-used,
We stopped at Big Lots once we got here with nothing else. That's probably what
Remy?
they did.
I was going to say they should have made that more Remy-ish.
I think that might be what they were going for. Just shutting it down for the night.
Dreaming or not dreaming? I don't.
She was dreaming.
If the people who run my brain when I go to bed could actually shut down, that would be great.
Yeah,
what's the meme? It's like,
could you guys all take a break?
Oh, you want to go to bed? Let's analyze every decision you've ever made.
Yeah.
Let's really focus in on a thing you did in 6th grade for some reason.
She is a hell of a skater for how little she is. I'm just gonna say that.
She grew up watching Michelle Kwan, bro.
I cannot fucking ice skate.
Yeah, I'm pretty awful too.
But I used to be able to rollerblade like a motherfucker.
Oh man,
Team X Blades, baby.
That was the shit back in the day.
Hell
I just soul skated everywhere I went.
Fuck, that's cool. I would get paid to skate to school, but I would soul skate back.
God, best of both worlds.
That's smart. Just smart. So where did we say she was from? Minnesota?
Yeah, I was just like Minnesota, Michigan, something. And it sounds like her dad's new job is already not going well.
Was it a promotion or like a new job? Like
I mean, to move out to San Francisco, to the highest cost of living cities in the country, it has to be something good. You don't move.
Feels like they started their own company because he was like, if we don't get investors, we're gonna have to lay people off.
He's working in tech.
It's not a good start if you're starting a new company. We already have to lay people off.
Yeah,
making like $700,000 is poverty there. So. Trying so hard.
So this is what happens in our brains every day.
I think your brain is about 20 times slower than all of this.
Well, naturally.
God, our brains would be so fucked up. I don't even want to know what mine would look like.
Actually, Banner, kidding. Banner, I take that back. Yours would be 20 times the speed of this.
Just all over the fucking place.
That's what mine is like.
There sure as fuck wouldn't be any books in the background. That's for damn sure.
Comic books, maybe.
Maybe, but even then.
Audiobooks, maybe.
Oh yeah, I do listen to a good audiobook all the time. Big audiobook guy. Yeah, just the same one on repeat.
You just said
all the time.
I listened to a good audiobook.
It's funny seeing the emotions like interact and trying to think into like your own brain, like how that is working, like, and it works probably on a daily basis. Like, oh, should I got this thing coming up, and like fear comes in, and then joy comes in. You're like, no, it's fine. You got plenty of time to do that, and that's like the interaction, but you don't. And like this is just putting a name with a face, basically.
Yeah.
But
this is a little bit of a stretch, but Thurman, you actually mentioned off pod today mental gymnastics. That is a perfect analogy for what's happening in her brain right now.
Yeah, I like that phrase.
But it's so relatable. I mean, that's what's so great and beautiful about these kind of films. Like, it's simplistic for children, but it's like we've all been through it and remember this clearly.
Now, did you guys ever make a big move growing up from like one city to another like this?
That was
all of you guys.
My school.
Two actually.
Okay, I did it. I did it 2 or 3 times as well, and it's a big jump to move, like uproot from where you're at, all your friends, to somewhere completely new, thousands of miles away.
Yeah,
it's a tough pill to
swallow. What years did you guys all do it?
I left
the hardest year, I guess?
At the end of first grade was one, and then another one was at the end of third grade, going into fourth grade, and then I moved in sixth grade as well.
Oh, sixth grade's big.
Sixth grade was a tough one, but that was when we landed where we currently reside, and I never left since then. So that wasn't too bad.
Did you reinvent yourself into the person you are now?
Yes, I was actually a woman beforehand,
which is still a work in progress. Still ironing out the edges.
Horns, what about you?
I moved from first grade from San Diego to Seattle.
Yeah.
And then I moved at the end of 7th grade from Seattle to Oklahoma.
Yeah. Okay.
Oklahoma.
Which actually,
you were British when you came.
That move was really tough because the school that I went to was K through 6 in Seattle, and I had like the same friend group the whole time. Was really close with them. But my mom, I was at a school that she taught at, which was technically not the one I was zoned for. So when I started middle school in 7th grade, I had to go to a brand new school with no one I knew at all. And I did that for about 6 months and then moved to Oklahoma. So I was literally at 3 different schools in like a span of 6 months.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. A lot.
No wonder you're so poorly adjusted.
So fun fact, I never went to one school for more than 2 years as far as like buildings go.
Damn.
Kept getting kicked out. Fuck yeah.
So yeah, dude, was such a fucking rebel.
So what's funny is obviously I could never. I was a lifer. I lived in the same house my entire life growing up. Went to the same school district. There was a part of me. Yeah, parents still live there, and there's a part of me when I would watch so many shows and movies with kids that were like, dealing with moving to new places. I was kind of always envious. It's one of those like grass is greener.
Because you're like, you can start anew. I'm not a murderer in this new school.
Yeah, like people.
Yeah.
Like, what is your?
And then 5 minutes in, well, fuck, now I'm a murderer again.
Yeah, like, but there was something about. I think it's something that people like to think is probably a little more romantic than it actually is going through. It's not as exciting as it seems. I always felt like the new kid in school was like everyone was like interested in them. So I was like, they're so cool.
I feel like I had the same feelings growing up. Yeah, grew up. Same house, went to the same school district, and then like movies like, I mean, one that like sticks out profusely is Johnny Tsunami. Like he makes a big move. I'm like, that stuck with me. And then the new kid in school, like I was like very intrigued by like new kids coming in, like, oh, where they come from, and like, man, they seem really cool. I wish I could be like that.
Yeah, but it's funny how that works.
And then you realize that they were just me, and you're like, oh, never mind.
Oh God.
But isn't that so the most human emotion that we share as kids? It's like we still do the same thing as adults, is like putting our like emotions on other people or assuming people think a certain way and be like, oh, they have it so good. And we always process that in putting our shoes in with other people instead of like really like under being appreciative sometimes of what we have.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So Riley's basically having a mental breakdown right now. And Amy Poehler's like, look, I got you, bro. And Phyllis
and we just
like,
saw
no.
Nate had asked what those like different, or maybe it was Cycly, what those different like places where they were archiving the memories at. Something happened and they like shut them all down on accident.
Yeah, they're on Chris's
all
break
the core
now.
memories are gone. I'm gonna go cook for 10 minutes, but I will be listening to you guys. I might interject, but I will not be watching.
And he doesn't mean cook like the kids say, where it's like do work. Like he's actually cooking food.
I'm actually cooking, so
this could be
I'll
fun.
be here.
What are we cooking? You have enough for the class?
I do. It's I mean it's a.
He's not gonna give us. He's not
Is
gonna give
it
us
broccoli pizza?
It is actually broccoli pizza.
All right, I'm in. I'll
with
try it.
Parmesan cheese instead of mozzarella as the base.
I didn't say all Parmesan.
It
I just
does
said
have mozzarella.
extra Parmesan.
It's a melted mozzarella, tomato jam, zucchini, panini.
Like if you traditionally do
Holy
an 80-20 mix mozzarella to Parmesan, maybe you do like a 60-40.
That zucchini panini sounds like
that hard cheese is not going to melt well.
It'll melt fine.
That's why it's a topper.
Yeah, this mozzarella is going to melt great.
Yeah, the mozz will do good.
Yeah, mozz you like fart and it melts, okay?
I hope, man, I'm glad they just cut in here into the mom's brain. I'm hoping we get a lot of this interaction too and Inside Out too, because I think that's where the adults can really get the humor, because they'll have more adult interactions in their head and the conflicts between their emotions.
I don't know if it's a end credit scene or if it's a short, but you go from like mom's head into dad's head, and they're like about to, or like they want to have a romantic moment.
Yeah,
and I want to say it's an end credit scene, but it also may be a short that's really good. It's really funny. And also, as a dad, 100% relate. Everybody is talking around you, and you're thinking about sports. And you're like, fuck, I got to think of something to say here.
Not even a dad. When that popped in there, I'll be sitting places and just like, oh shit, like replaying like a golf tournament in my head, or replaying a golf round I played in my head, which sounds like the most boring fucking thing ever, but it happens.
I saw a tweet once and it said, girls are so pissed, guys can literally just sit around and name old sports players and be happy. It's so true.
Rolly Fingers? Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if I was just like, I don't know, Jay Bruce.
Oh, hell yeah.
God, I can't
be like, fuck
forgot
yeah,
about
Jay
that
Bruce,
guy.
Texas
drink to
native.
that. Like,
My
what?
boy.
Beaumont great.
Yeah. So ridiculous.
So dumb.
Brandon Jacobs. Hell yeah. Woo,
There we go. Woo.
What the fuck is fun about that?
Now he's
and that right there again is the biggest we'll say land in our brain. Useless information.
Yeah.
So is he gonna literally kick Riley's dad's ass right here? Prepare the foot. Banner, have you started to experience any of this with baby Banner, or is she still like 2 years away from?
Oh no. We're like 2 years into this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she is very intelligent for her age, so I didn't know she was already clapping back beyond her normal.
Means. And half the time you're like, "Fuck, that was a really good argument back." Like I don't have to rebuttal for that.
Who's this guy?
It's like a Fabio knockoff.
That's what mom thinks about when she's with dad.
See, now that when Riley gets angry, now I would throw the sleeping bag situation in my dad's fucking face. It's cool when everything's going good. But when you're upset, it's like, and I'm sleeping on the fucking floor.
I don't even have a bed.
This house is a fucking prison. I would not walk across that, especially with like these bowling balls.
There is no way I could walk across that without falling.
So does she need to like reignite the core memories with these little orb things?
Yeah, I think she has to replace them, right?
Yeah.
Which I would also get a bag to hang. Like I wouldn't just carry them. I'd put them in a bag.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah,
and
pack
like
a lunch walking across.
See, the lamp is like hockey sticks. You can't buy that shit at Target. Now the fan is a Target item. That hockey stick lamp, no way that's a Target item.
Well, here, I'm just going to blow holes in your theory. It's a personal memento. She made it with her dad, and so she's going to take it in the car so it's taken care of and the movers don't break it.
That's called the turn serve right there.
I disagree with that 100%.
I'm with Moody.
You know you're wrong.
Cyclist, right?
You're just, I can't even see you in the video. You're just hunched down.
I know Cycly will agree with this because I think we talked about it on the Home Alone commentary, but this is in Riley's room, and I was always jealous people had these. It's a laundry chute.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Think about how much fucking time we lost in our lives by having to carry our laundry down the stairs.
Jeff.
See, the problem is we lived in Oklahoma, and so we don't have basements. That's the problem. You gotta have a basement to have a laundry chute.
So both Banner and Jeff, you've been to our house, and we remodeled it. We really were thinking about putting a laundry chute in our kitchen because it would go straight down.
Yeah.
We're like, what if we cut a hole in our kitchen?
I could do it myself.
I could.
All right, I know what I'm doing next time I go to your house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dude, if you come, let's get drunk. Let's fucking do it.
TSA
wife will wake up. What the
I'll
hell did
just
you guys
fucking
do?
TSA is like, what's this hacksaw doing in your bag? Well, actually, my friend and I were going to make a laundry suit. All right, keep it moving.
Yeah, you're fine.
Story checks
Just
out.
had to ask. We all have bosses we have to report to, so I had to just check. Was she pretending to be asleep? That's like that always breaks my heart. When the dad's like trying to apologize, pours his heart out. She's like, no, I'm going to pretend like I don't hear you.
It's even worse when your wife does that. We've all been there.
And so it's like, well, I'm going to roll over and fart. So that's my retaliation. And if you're asleep, you won't know.
Ooh, that's disgusting. I knew it.
You fucking liar. I knew you weren't asleep.
I fake farted. No, that was a real fart. Okay, it was a real fart.
It was a real fart. Yes.
That was actually real. I got to go change my underwear. Be back.
Yeah,
we might need to change the sheets also.
We actually have to burn the bed in effigy.
Guys, not gonna lie. About 2 weeks ago, shit my pants.
I'm pretty sure you texted us about
Nate's best man is good for what? He's a George Brett version of.
Honestly, it's weird if Nate's best man hasn't pooped his pants in a week.
Nate, what was George Brett's quote? I'm good for that about once a year.
I'm good for that about twice a year.
And the guy stretching, just like, what the fuck?
Who is? Yeah, that's a great.
It was like Alex Gordon, I think, right? Or like Aaron. It was one of like the
Billy Butler, or
maybe that's who it was.
Yeah.
Like, did George Brett just tell me that he shits his pants twice a week?
Yeah, those guys like want to walk away, and like George Brett will not let the story go. He's like, I have to tell you. Which
look, sometimes you just gotta get shit off your chest, literally.
Because it is a hilarious story.
But the way he says it, it's not even like he's trying to get a laugh out of him. It's not even like it's some like funny anecdote.
No, it's literally something that's been on his chest that he's just got to like get out. Like,
just
I'll talk to the person behind the DMV about this.
He's like, yeah, I shit my pants twice a year. Anyway, this guy's a tough slider. Try and lay off of it. All right, see you around. It's like, well, what? So are these all like? Why are these core memories lit up if she's there to replace them?
So I don't think these are core memories. I think these are just memories.
Like old memories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when this happened, does Riley essentially get like dementia?
No.
That's a great question.
No, I thought isn't she just in a perpetual state of like anger, like the remaining emotions up there?
Right, but isn't like her whole life informed by like because these are all different colors, right?
Yeah. And like you just saw like sadness getting dragged by, and she was like touching all those memories. They turn blue. So there might be some truth in what you were saying. What was you were saying? She like goes into depression or something.
Yeah, I think
I thought she was super angry.
Well, I guess it's like whoever's in the controls, right? So when anger's up there, he's like, let's stick our foot up our dad's ass.
So we only have 5 core memories. I feel like we should have more than that. Like 5 isn't very much.
Well, I thought something happened with them earlier.
Maybe.
So right here, it just said that this is like we made the joke about like useless information that we store in our brains. They were throwing out like names of the princess dolls.
Don't do that.
Why would you do that?
Hang on, we need those. Again, the bank account information we can toss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the song from okay, this is cool and so fucking relatable.
Yeah.
Google saves all my passwords anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Even though every time I log in, it says it's been compromised. Someone has access to it. Hope they're doing good with it.
Yeah. This password showed up on a compromised list. Yeah, because it's the same password I use for all my shit. So
next, tell me something I didn't know.
Yeah, I know they say you should use different passwords for things, but like, I don't.
And the worst part, and this is to Nate's point, this is the reason you need to do it. It's like you should consider changing this password. Yeah, but I use it for everything, so it's a lot of work. Yeah, that's why you need to fucking change it.
Yeah, Okay, computer, you make a good argument, but
I'll consider it. No, you won't.
Yeah, if anybody got my school ID from like high school, I'd be fucked. Like my school ID.
Is that number your
that is a number for a lot of things.
I have Cycles college ID in my nightstand, I think, randomly.
Wait, is it my law
awesome.
school one, right?
I don't.
It's an awful picture. It's so funny.
I don't know. I'm gonna take a pee here in a second. I'm gonna go find it.
I think I left it at Jeff's house one time visiting Dallas, and
Well, then how
Maybe
the fuck did it end up at Thurman's house?
I think we were at Thurman's house or something.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, we live in the same the same city, so.
Yeah, but you just said you left it at Jeff's house.
I think
He
he meant
while
when
he
he
was
came to
visiting
visit.
Jeff.
Sorry, yeah, when I visited.
That makes more sense. Why did you have
Yeah.
your student ID out at his house?
It was
It's
in
like, hey
my- I was
guys, look
probably
at this.
Showing it off.
I'm
Showing it off, bragging.
That much? Jeez.
What a
Oh, did
what a
you not go to
braggart.
the
I'm
University
better
of
than all of
Tulsa?
you guys.
I'm sorry.
So Sadness just looks like us after the bar. She's just like fucking drag me everywhere.
Yeah, joy. Yeah, honestly, it should be the other way around. Sadness should be dragging the drunk Joy around, right?
Yeah.
That's usually how it happens.
Bing Bong always gave me like some dark vibes.
Yeah, he's got some darkness behind those eyes. For
Yeah,
sure.
he's got some demons in the closet.
So Bing Bong was like an imaginary friend. Is that what?
Yeah, he's like her like made up friend. And I don't understand exactly why he's on this specific island fucking with the memories, but I do know that like spoiler alert for Inside Out, but his like disappearance coming up is definitely like a rite of passage for Riley. Like him going away is like her part of her maturation.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Did you guys have an imaginary friend growing up?
No.
No, I didn't.
I didn't really either.
I didn't, unless all of you are fake, and I sometimes wonder that you guys are all just in my head.
You know, I've wished you
Never
guys
know.
were fake, and then you guys weren't, and I was kind of disappointed.
For some
You
reason,
want it?
I
You-
thought the guy who does Bing Bong is Richard Kind. I thought he was dead, but he's not. Maybe I'm
What's-
thinking
what
of
else is
someone else.
what else is he
I don't know.
from? His voice is really, really familiar.
Bug's Life.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
I can picture his
Yeah.
face. That just looked like he was farting rainbow right there.
You don't fart rainbows?
I stopped eating Takis, so it has decreased.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
By the way, Nate, in person, what's the ranch Takis you got? Give me the down low on it.
Oh,
I know you weren't
yeah.
a huge fan.
So yeah, I give it like a 6.4 or something. Not
It was
I mean
low.
not
It was
yeah,
low.
not great, especially because I love chips. Now, as I got further in the bag, an update, I would probably put him like to a 7.1. Like there's more seasoning at the bottom, but yeah,
Wow,
the top
almost a
layer was
full
not
point
great.
up.
So when you
Yeah.
showed them to me, my like best case scenario in my head, because these sound delicious, was like a rolled up Cool Ranch Dorito.
That's what I was hoping for. It's just
And-
like Cool Ranch is way more flavorful.
See,
way more
it reminded.
zesty.
It looked more to me on the lines of like a ranch bugle.
Dude, I wish we could buy Cool
nah.
Ranch seasoning.
Oh, how
I wonder if-
amazing would that be?
Man, I wouldn't be
There's
surprised
gotta
if they have like
be,
a shaker
formula
out there for
online
that.
of like
Yeah.
mixing specific spices.
Because
Yeah.
imagine putting that on like taco meat, mother.
Why have we never
God.
thought about that?
I don't know.
Yeah, Taco
Because
Bell
there's
was genius by making their taco shells the Cool Ranch and the nacho cheese tacos.
Mhm.
I mean, Taco Bell tacos kind of suck, but like those definitely helped.
My one complaint was that Cool Ranch weren't Cool Ranch enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, that was revolutionary by Taco Bell and them.
That was the most stoner idea when we saw the commercial. It was like, am I high or is this actually coming to fruition?
Okay, that
then
or
I
the
was like,
Double
oh,
Down
I
by
am
KFC.
high. And I can go get that. That's awesome.
Which one, Cycly?
The Double Down by KFC where it was the chicken instead of
Oh
bread.
my god. I don't think I ever got that,
I
but
never
I-
got that.
I remember reading articles on like how it would legitimately it was dangerous for your heart health. Because it was not only that, it was bacon in it too, right?
oh yeah.
It was 2 fried chicken like patties, bacon and like mozzarella
Cheese.
cheese.
Yeah. For sure.
Now, do you
They
guys
call it-
remember when KFC started doing the mashed potato bowls? Those fuck hard.
What are those called
Dude.
again? Snack bowl? Snack? No, not snackers. That's
A
No.
mashed potato
sandwiches.
bowl?
Mashups
That's what it was
or
called?
no, I don't know, but those were actually really good.
They were so good. It was like It was like a shepherd's pie without all the like gross stuff.
Yeah.
We've all been here, right? No one to fucking eat lunch with.
There were some sad moments sometimes.
I'll just start the jock table 2.0 over here. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, so what sport do you play?
All of them. I play every
them.
sport.
Yeah,
The athletic ones.
I was rewatching 21 Jump Street last week, and Channing Tatum gets like caught by the nerds, like not really a part of their group, and they're like, "Aren't you a little bit behind? I'm ahead. You're behind. I know everything." The kid goes, "I don't think you know everything." So what do they say? What do they say about a covalent bond at this school?
Covalent bond.
This is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness definitely ripped this off.
For sure they did.
Oh, that's a really good point.
I don't even think I realized that until you just said that, but you're not wrong. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on right now.
Yeah, we kind of got off topic, and they've lost me. And like I said, I've only seen this once, so I'm not an expert.
So now we're just colors?
Yeah. Since we're so lost, I'll just throw in some trivia. So according to the director of this movie, each emotion is based on a shape. You like that recovery?
I did. It was almost smooth.
Based on a shape. Okay, I definitely see, I guess, star I could see in there.
For Joy. Nailed it. And it was convenient that she was just a star on the screen.
Do we go blob for Bing Bong?
I don't know if that's a shape.
No, it's definitely a shape.
It's called obesity.
Just the emotions. So sadness, this is kind of fun. A teardrop for sadness.
Oh, wow.
So she's got hips for days? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, it would have been good if I did this earlier because the next three, anger hasn't been on the screen in forever, but he's a brick. Fear is a rock.
Okay. So blob isn't a shape, but a brick is? Isn't that just a fucking rectangle?
Sure.
So your argument as to why something shouldn't be a shape is that it's a rectangle?
Okay, so
a brick is more than one shape. It's multiple rectangles, right?
It's in a three-dimensional shape, yeah. Your reference of blob is like something that is like shapeless.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of a shape, actually.
No, it's a blob.
Anyway, I'll get through the last ones, and I'll be honest. These last two, shape is kind of ambiguous. Fear is a raw nerve, and disgust is broccoli.
Okay.
So to be fair, yeah,
broccoli is not a shape.
With what a shape is.
I'm sorry,
broccoli is not a shape. Look, if broccoli's a shape, then blob is a shape. Okay.
I can't. Okay, I don't have an argument for that.
I don't. Yeah, who wants to defend broccoli as a shape? I mean, apparently the director. Imagine saying that in an interview. Yeah, we looked at a lot of shapes, like broccoli. Like what?
So now we've moved on to Imagination Land.
Imagination.
And now we're going to go through preschool world.
Oh,
so this could be interesting. Psycho, how's the food going?
It is cooked. The panina is flat. I have cut it into triangles.
Wow. Say panina?
Panina.
Panini.
That's the feminine.
It's panina.
All
actually how you pronounce it.
Is her mom trying to psych her out? These kids look pretty good, Riley.
What shape is the purple guy? A stick?
I've seen
movies. Is that Fear?
A nerve.
Raw nerve. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because everybody knows what that looks like.
Banner just hates this quote from the director. He's like, fuck this guy.
Look, I'm just saying, don't say it's shapes if it's not fucking shapes.
I could see Banner in the interview, like his boss told him, like, hey, you can't argue with the guy you're interviewing again. And Banner's like, well, that all seems like bullshit answers, but that's fine. It's a good movie.
No, I totally get it. But
we all know that there's in every commentary we do, there's always something I can't let go. Found it.
I mean, like I said, we got away from the shapes pretty quickly. I'm just the messenger, but it did kind of get off rails there. Use that anger and go punch someone on the ice.
Yeah, for real. Get a 2-minute minor. See, what a shame in a sport where literally you're allowed to fight people to take out your frustration. Why do you just walk off the ice?
Bad move. Bad move, Riley.
Yeah, if I'm the coach, you can't have Riley is a locker room cancer at this point.
Yeah, I mean you can score 7 goals a game, and I'd let you on the team. But if you score 6 and you're a cancer, can't do it.
Yeah. Wow, they're
Seven's
going hopes and dreams. Goodbye hopes. Goodbye dreams. Goodbye Roxanne. Yeah, it's a little bit different when your parents let you fucking score, isn't it?
It's a lot of glitter.
Everything is crashing down.
Yeah, Graham Cracker Castle though was also built on an Indian burial ground, so it's probably for the best.
I mean, how could you not expect it to fall?
There's always going to be weird shit happening there.
Yeah, we were playing with borrowed time.
You knew what you were doing.
Also, Bing Bong, maybe we wouldn't take the Rocket if you weren't 4 months behind on the payments.
Yeah, and don't double park anymore. Jesus.
Yeah, you just thought those tickets, we just keep stacking them on there and never tow you?
Can't say we didn't warn you.
I will say, man, the guys that are cleaning this shit up are very efficient.
Oh, yeah, dude. They're getting a raise at the end of the year.
Like, in my town, when they do road construction, forget about it. The way these guys are working, like, get them out here.
No kidding. There's been a street, no joke, has been under construction for a fucking decade here. I'm not kidding. A fucking decade.
Got to get it just right.
Like, honestly, by the time you finish it, you're going to have to start over again because it's been so fucking long. I kind of wish I did have an imaginary friend.
It may have made my childhood better.
Hell, it might make my adulthood better.
Hope you guys don't mind. My imaginary friend will be joining me on this Zoom call. We don't mind.
I don't know what we're doing with Cycly over here. We're on a journey.
I'm moving rooms. The wife is home, so I'm going into my office.
This is the fake room that doesn't really exist.
It's not a real room.
He has one in every house that he purchases.
It's actually with my real estate agent. I'm like, give me a fake room or nothing.
It's like, sir, I don't know what that request means.
Oh, you know what it means.
Where are you guys, like, timestamp?
49 minutes, 13 seconds for me.
Wherever he is.
I'm only like 3 seconds ahead. Perfect. Nice.
Bing Bong is going through some shit right now.
With a name like that, you never stood a chance.
I forgot, like, how much of this movie is, like, just sadness and joy.
It's a big lot of it. What?
Like, sadness carries a huge amount of the screen time in this thing.
So they're just like hitchhikers now? Like back in the day, jumping on a train?
Bing Bong looks like a bit of a ruffian.
How long is it going to take us to get a bad dad?
For real. Yeah, she cannot. I mean, even as a kid, your back's got to fucking hurt after sleeping on that thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to admit it.
That's why she sucked dick at hockey tryouts.
Didn't get a good night's sleep.
Lower back stiffness. So
I mean, that's a 10-day IL, right?
Yeah. The cortisone shot.
So what are we going to do? Screw a light bulb into it? Oh, no, I remember what they're going to do.
Well, one guy's just trying to fucking quit. Like,
yeah.
You have a contract, bud. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is weird. So the light bulb is like when they have an idea, right?
I think so.
This is good. It's also great that Anger looks like a used car sales manager.
With the rolled up short sleeves and the
short sleeves and the tie really give used car salesman vibes.
Yeah, it's like if this is done differently, it actually could look like somewhat professional dress, but somehow we make it look incredibly tacky. and nothing ever fits.
But the top button's also unbuttoned, which is a big move.
Yeah. That's like we're 2 drinks in the reception at the wedding move.
Oh, yeah. No tie on the head yet, though.
No, that's 3.5 drinks.
We got to wait for his aunt to leave, who's super judgmental. Then he'll get a little wild.
Yeah, fuck his aunt.
Are these guys jelly beans?
They're jelly beans.
I just spilt whiskey in my hand, and it's really sticky, so BRB.
What?
What kind of whiskey do you have?
It was an accident.
Sure wasn't maple syrup?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
It was my Elvis whiskey.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that makes sense.
Fancy. Okay.
That was like in the office.
Okay.
Cream and sugar? You drink this every day? Every morning.
Wait, this is just cream and sugar. Wait, if Ryan's drinking Elvis whiskey, I just don't want him to go to the toilet by himself. I'm concerned.
Why? What could possibly happen?
That's
Elvis
true.
never had
Nothing
any issues in the bathroom.
Horrible can happen when you go to the bathroom.
Ugh, never meet your heroes, right? I remember I met Rainbow Unicorn once. Total bitch.
See, it's like my dad meeting. What's the
Terry Bradshaw?
Terry Bradshaw. Yeah, that's his name.
But like nowadays, I'm not surprised at all. Terry Bradshaw's a dick.
Yeah, I'm like my poor dad. I'm like, Dad, he probably didn't need any attention at that moment.
My dad told me once too. I think I told you this like a few years after you told me that story when I heard it. But my dad was at some like work function. It was like a big, maybe not like a big convention, but it was like pretty decently sized. And Terry Bradshaw was brought in to be like a keynote speaker. And he was way overpaid for the event. And he was also like 2 hours late to his speaking gig.
Yeah. The people have the audacity to be that late. And like perform, like there's like music art, like my wife and I don't know if Banner's wife went too, but they went to like see Nelly, and
I think she was there.
Yeah, and like they performed for like 20-30 minutes, and it was like horrible.
Yeah,
fucking joke, dude.
They were like wasted.
It's embarrassing. So what's the point of these movies?
They're making a dream, right?
Oh.
It's like live streaming a dream. Like line.
Oh, so they're just kind of throwing things over real life.
So the teeth falling out, that is a thing I have experienced in dreams. There are high anxiety dreams that supposedly when your teeth fall out.
Really?
Yes. If you have a dream where you're like a tooth is falling out, that means you're kind of, going through an anxious moment.
Interesting.
I've heard of that one.
It's happened a few times in my life, like very rarely, but like the few times it's happened in my dream, it's so realistic. I'm like, why is my tooth loose? What the hell?
I actually have had that happen too. Yeah.
I've never had that happen before, but I have heard that like if your teeth fall out in your dream, it's significant.
I've literally woken up for one of them when I was in law school. Like I woke up and I literally had to like shake my tooth to make sure it felt so real.
Now I used to have, I don't anymore, but when I was a kid, every time I'd get sick, I would have the same dream. And like, if I was, and like, I could tell like, if I'd go to sleep and I woke up and I had that dream, I'm like, I know I'm going to be sick. And sure as shit, by the end of the day, like I was sick.
Do you remember the dream?
Oh yeah, dude. It was like very like choppy, but at the end, it always ended with like a giant, like bouncy ball falling on me. And then I'm like stuck in the bouncy ball and like confined in it. It was fucking weird, man.
That's super interesting.
I haven't had it in, I don't know, probably 2 decades, but I remember as a kid, like even to this day, I remember.
That's so wild.
Huh. That dream's happening tonight now. I'm going to call it.
I know. We need to get.
I'm going to wake up and be like, guys, I'm sick tomorrow. Can't go into work. I had that fucking dream again.
Your boss like bouncy ball dream?
The Bro Force Squad therapist we have on call. That's actually where the majority of our money goes, is keeping her.
I was wondering where that's going. Yeah.
An embarrassing amount of money goes.
Pay her $250,000 a year just in case.
We actually need you guys to hit that subscribe button a couple extra times.
Okay, so I'm having
the ads, please.
I'm having a Frozen 2 moment here where I got really confused by the plot of a Pixar film. So who put on the dream and for what purpose?
She was sleeping, and I don't know. And Frozen is not Pixar.
Frozen 2? Really?
Frozen 2 is not. It is Disney Animation.
Embarrassing.
What's the fucking difference? Like, they look exactly the same.
Yeah,
Bro.
no, the difference is the stuff.
Oh, damn it. Our therapist is going to have a lot of work after this one.
So yeah,
Are we scared of vacuums? Are we a dog? My dog's scared of the vacuum.
My dog is absolutely
obsessed.
terrified.
No, my puppy obsessed. Gets so excited when the vacuum comes out. Wants to play with it.
Oh, see,
Like,
we can leave the door open and put the vacuum in front of it, and the dog's like, nope, not going out there.
Yeah, that's how our dog is too. But yeah, they're in the subconscious now. Going back to the dream was happening just because you were sleeping, but I know sadness and joy were trying to shake things up and disrupt it so she would wake up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they came in like the dog uniform.
Oh, that worked.
Was there something like very essential about that dream though that they basically arrested Bing Bong for intruding? Because it would seem to me like, as her imaginary friend, you should get carte blanche to pop up in her dreams, right?
I would think so.
That is true.
Unless he's like a pariah now that she's older. Like she's like
he's not like abusing his powers, is he? Is he trying to use his status as top imaginary friend to fuck Sadness?
I love how this is confining him. This fucking
balloons.
Well, I can't get out of this.
Let's take a vote. Who's scared of clowns here on the pod tonight?
I don't like clowns. Like, love them.
In general, no, but I can see how they can be scary for sure.
See, they don't bother me. I think they're funny.
Like, I haven't seen any of them. So I think Cyclone and I've talked about this though. The Terrifier movies. Do you guys know what that is?
More water.
No, I have not.
No.
Again.
Okay, well, just Google the guy after this, and it's like the scariest iteration. Like, it makes the It clown look like a fucking like school carnival clown.
Water on it.
Cycle's not muted.
Cycle.
What are you talking about?
Oh shit! I thought my microphone was on.
People on the pod are like, "What do we need to pour water on?"
I did not know my microphone was
Is there
on.
a fire there? That, like...
I left the hot stove on when I came back on here.
I was like, before your guys' clothes come off, please turn your mic off.
Now that would have been
either that or turn it up.
I swear to God, I thought I put my microphone up. My bad. We are very professional here.
What if it was like, yeah, that's how we're gonna kill Jeff? Huh?
I hate him too.
Oh God.
Man, the donk on this clown. That's an ass that just won't quit.
If I was gay.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, real recognize real, bro.
Oh, so we can just hop back on the train. Why didn't we just stay on the fucking train?
Cycly, real quick. I mentioned this to them. I think Boehner asked if we're afraid of clowns. I know I haven't seen the movie, but have you seen the movie or at least seen pictures of the clown from the film Terrifier?
Yes, I have. I haven't seen the film.
I haven't either, but I mean, how fucking scary does that one look?
Is it terrifying?
Clowns are not. I'm not a fan of clowns either.
Hello.
Yeah, apparently my dog isn't either. Finally.
Okay, so we're all.
Can you guys give me a timestamp real quick? Mine froze for 1 second.
Noises.
1 hour 34 seconds.
Okay.
So we're
Riley?
plugging in an idea here, it looks like.
Okay. So Boehner, parent question for you.
Yeah.
Does your
Parent
daughter have access to like a laptop or an iPad yet, like full time? Because Riley's just sitting on the internet at 3 a.m. and this is probably the reason why she shouldn't have access to that, because she's buying a train ticket back to Minnesota.
No, now she has like a tablet, but it's like a kid's tablet, so it's like super locked down. Only like kids games and Disney Plus can be on it.
Right.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
No, look, I grew up, like, I helped develop the internet. You know, we're the generation of the internet.
Yeah.
And I know how scary it is. So we're gonna keep that shit on lockdown as long as we can.
I always tell my students, like, you guys have it tough because if I grew up, like, all we had was Zynga when I was in high school.
God,
And
I love
Cyclone and I've talked about this
Yeah.
before, though. Some of the dumb shit we would post on there,
Dear
where
God.
you have like a lot more time to think about what you're like. If we had Twitter and Snapchat back then, I don't even want to fucking know what I would have done.
Snapchat, how many times did we do something just completely stupid and idiotic that we would have taken a video of?
We were the perfect generation because 3 or 4 more years, everything would have been on the internet forever.
Yes.
Like, all of our stuff, thankfully, is not there. Like, Zynga isn't there.
Even like, now, there are times where like Thurman will send like a, hey, 17 years ago you posted this on Facebook.
Yeah. God, that's the dumbest
and it's
shit.
like cream on my face. I'm like, God,
Jeff is sucking Nate's dick. What?
That was last week though, and I mean, I don't know what that would help you.
Yeah, that wasn't a memory. That was just like a status post.
I think one that
imagine our YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Jeff, you and I did so many videos that pertain to only our friends. Like we would show it to our friends, Maurice Claret and all that shit.
Yeah.
We would have put that on YouTube, all of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Forever.
Nate, what were you gonna say? There was one that you remembered that was particularly idiotic.
I shared a couple of times, and it was in college, and it was something about me taking a class. Or I needed an extra credit, and I believe you said there's a 1-hour class you can take called "How to Have Sex with Jeff." Was your suggestion?
Yeah, I took that. It was actually 2 credits.
Yeah, someone's rebuttal was like, I actually think it's only 30 seconds of credit hours.
Not worth it.
Holy shit, dude! The graphics on this.
So where were they trying to make it to?
No idea.
Train?
I think they were getting back to like her mind.
They're trying to get back up there.
I'm just thinking about how
back to headquarters.
Stupid we were back in the day.
Yeah.
God, we were dumb.
Was it Maurice Claret and the Jason White knees? Was that the video?
It was them running the 40 at the NFL Combine.
Yes.
I vaguely remember seeing a video of Thurman doing like a fake Sports Center like newscast wearing like a buffalo hat or something.
What?
This is when he goes, I see vision.
No, that was a different time.
That was a different one? Okay.
Yeah.
Nate,
or was that the
like
death perception? Pretty sure if you show me a dead person, I can tell you if they're dead or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
both
horns.
great Nate quotes.
Yeah.
I see vision. That's a good one.
Yeah, we were playing NCAA 06 and Nate was just hitting every hole as a running back. And we're like, damn, bro, you're like really playing well. Then he goes, I see vision.
That doesn't make sense, but it does at the same time.
Except in that context, it makes perfect fucking sense.
It makes you would absolutely hear an athlete say that in a post-game interview.
Man, I just see vision. Give me the ball. I see vision.
See, this movie is inadvertently doing a great thing for us. We're just reliving our memories in our head.
Right.
But that's really, I mean, as much as we're making fun of that, that's why I got so emotional watching this film. It really does make you do that.
You always get emotional on tequila, though.
That's one of my favorite How I Met Your Mothers, where they're trying to get Marshall and Barney to like reconcile, and it goes to like all the different types of drunks that they can be based on what they drink.
They're like, oh, beer.
I'm a B+. All my life, I thought I was going to be an A, and I'm a B+. And I'm okay with it.
Marshall trying to fight himself in the mirror after
this guy's coming at me, give me no respect.
He really gets into himself on like rum or daiquiris or something.
Yeah.
Starts dancing in front of the mirror, undressing himself with his eyes. So what happens that causes one of these to collapse? Is it like Riley essentially like writes off a part of her life where she's like, I'm completely over that?
Yeah, I think it's a I have no idea. I've had too much to drink tonight.
I really wanted you to keep going, though.
Yeah.
I felt like you were building something.
No, that was definitely a situation like act like you belong and people won't ask questions. But then I didn't know how to act anymore. So
just walk around with a clipboard and you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's basically running away from home now, so she's throwing everything to the wind.
There's another version of this where she turns to a life of crime and drugs.
And then that slowly segues into the series Echo.
This may date us, but did we decide that she was? How old did we decide she was? Like 9, 10?
Which now I feel like we might be a little young.
Okay,
she might be a little bit older. Like
so we'll say 11.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay, at 11, would you guys have known how
Thanos just snapped? Sorry.
Enter. Fuck. Would you guys have known how to enter a credit card to buy a bus ticket at 11 years old?
If Kevin McAllister can do it, I can do it.
What makes you think you can do the same things Kevin McAllister?
Yeah, come on.
Because I like cheese pizza, and he likes cheese pizza.
Bingo.
What
That
else
checks out.
is
That
there?
checks out, guys.
Me at 11. I mean, that just wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah.
I mean, technically yes, but like,
I'll be honest.
no.
Like the early days of the credit card, this is even in Home Alone 2, where they like swipe it and it like prints something.
Yeah, and they
I
have to
don't
like
even
call it
understand-
in later.
How does that work? Like I've
So-
never understood that.
I don't know how. Can't remember how old I was, but I do remember distinctly. My dad would give me his credit card when we went to go fill up his the gas in his car, and I would go get to do the thing on the pump.
So your
So,
dad
yeah.
just
you
trained
weren't
you to
dri-
pump gas.
You weren't
Yeah,
driving yet,
that's
but you would-
literally what he did though.
Okay.
Like I think he was doing it to make it seem fun for me, but really he was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna go pump my gas."
Bitch. Dad, why do you say bitch every time I go
Yeah,
do
that's
this?
weird. He's like,
That's your middle
Tourette's. I was
name,
like, that's
son.
weird.
That's your
Cycling, I
middle
think
name.
you just hear things. I think you hear what you want to hear. Why would I want to?
That's
hear you
funny.
call me a
Looking back
bitch?
though, that's exactly what he was doing. He was probably like he thought in my head he's teaching me something cool. I'm like, wow. Looking back, he was just being lazy.
Yeah. In retrospect, I was just a slave.
Yeah, he made me. He was like, hey, you go put the credit card in and pump the gas.
It was 20 degrees outside, and he didn't want to get out of the car.
I was wondering
would
why I was
always-
laughing his ass off while I was doing it.
He always had me do like, okay, this is something I fundamentally still do to this day. He would always tell me to fill up to the dollar like exact amount, like so like $25, $14, like all not 1401, not 13.99.
Who puts
Like, if I went
14 bucks
over-
in their tank? It's a weird number.
In 1999.
In Tulsa?
Yeah, I guess that would fill your tank up back then.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Shit would be
Fucking
overflowing.
Yeah, he would always make me keep going until I got it perfect.
Jesus.
Do you have like PTSD about this?
No. The funniest part about it is I do this to this day. When I go fill gas, I still mentally like put it to the exact dollar amount.
Mentally,
see, I
or
don't
you
go to the-
physically
I-
do it.
I physically do it because
Okay.
my mental block. I literally my mind says do this.
I go to a 0 or a 5, so it'll be
Yeah,
like
I go to zero.
it'll
every
be like
time.
$65.50. But if it's 51 cents, I got to go to 55
Really?
all the time.
See,
Yep.
I go full dollar,
Wow.
bro.
Think about how much
Another
money
thing-
you've
Full
spent
dollar.
just
If-
because of that.
I
Oh,
just let it click and then I put it up.
Same.
That's it.
Another thing, if we're talking about like weird things with numbers, I can't let a microwave beep. I always have to stop it at like 1 second.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
You
all of
also
that.
don't understand how the numbers on a microwave work, which
Look,
you've
I'm just
expressed many
saying, if you
times.
put 100, how does it know it's not 100 seconds? And
Because
it's
a
1 minute.
microwave. That's its
How does
job.
it know?
It's a microwave. Yeah, duh.
I'm just
I
saying.
have one function, and it is this.
Well, look, if you put 59 in, it knows it's 59 seconds.
See, Brian,
But if
you
you put-
saying this, I just think of Inside Out. These are the fucking characters in your head.
Yeah. That's what
These
I'm
are the
thinking.
debates there. So, like, Joy right now is solving an existential crisis for Riley. This is what your
actually-
emotions are arguing about.
I
If
just don't
this was
understand. If
early
it's 71,
Brothers-
if you put 71 seconds on it, how does it know that that's a minute and 11 seconds?
And you know what, Brian, in your head, logic gets beat over the head every day. It just gets beat down with a baseball bat.
Logic is like the freshman in a Penn State fraternity. He just gets fucking cucked at the end.
I'm just like, if this was OG Broforce Squad, we'd end this commentary with, like, we'd all have to say what emotions are in our brains. Like we
Yeah,
always
our
ended
spin-off
those
movie?
commentaries. Our spin-offs.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
the
should
spin-off
spin-off.
movies. I forgot about those.
We should bring
Yeah.
that back. Yeah.
We need to bring it back.
Banners would be incredible right now. This is
Let's do it
exactly-
tonight. It's better when we don't have any preparation. So everyone come up with a spin-off in
wow.
the next, what do we have, 15 minutes?
Yeah,
We'd
something
always connect them to other movies.
like- yeah, try and make them in like the same universe.
Fanner connected D2 to Guardians of the Galaxy, if I remember right.
Yep. Don't remember how, but I remember it worked.
He's like, but it's pretty seamless. This is actually a cool fucking visual. Rainbow Road vibes.
Yeah. I love it.
It's a cool scene too. Pretty meaningful, if I remember.
If I remember.
Oh, Nate, I think it was the game we used to play in college. Was it like Fart Blaster?
What?
What?
Where it's like you're like a pig, and when you have to like get around this level, but when you jump, the way that you propel yourself is the pig farts. I thought it was like one of those. Like,
this is hitting me.
It was on like that website, like oneMoreLevel.com. I thought we used to play in college all the time.
I mean, there's a possibility. I used to play a bunch of where were the monkeys popping the balloons? That was
balloon tower defense.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Balloons 3 was the fucking best.
But Fart Blaster, like the noise of the farts was hilarious. Like it was like a slightly different variation each time you hit the fart button. It was like
a different octave of fart.
Yeah, and some of them would
they had like 1,000 farts archived.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Now you have me
the fartchive.
So you never heard the same one twice.
That was their guarantee on the box.
Can you imagine
on the box,
like going on Craigslist? Like, I need to make a quick buck. These people are willing to pay me $100 if I record
my
700 farts,
and I'll get royalties on all the farts.
Jeff, you saying the one next level, like when you said balloons, it made me think of addictinggames.com.
Oh my god!
I remember addictingdick.com.
It was one. What?
About that.
Wait, no. Brian said a different website.
What? Yeah, addicting games. Yeah.
It was Addicting Games and One More Level were like the two like rival sites. Like
Dude, I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah. And One More Level would literally have a new game like almost every day.
There was like a motorcycle or like dirt bike game I used to play on.
I loved it. Yeah, I remember that one.
You would always fall head first, right?
Yeah. And like the guy would just fall off and he was like all arms and legs. That was a good one.
He looks like Vladi Divac trying to draw a charge. Just like flails himself.
Where's Riley at?
Do we think the Incredibles exist in this universe, or is Brian going to tell me that's fucking MGM animation or some shit in there and not actually?
No, that's definitely Pixar. They should be here. They should be.
Oh, I just saw A113 on the wall. It was graffiti.
Nice.
What school is it at? Is it USC?
It's USC.
I just saw Latin Kings within Dick's.
Cal Berkeley?
Latin Kings.
No, it's USC.
Is it USC? Oh, it's USC? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Riley, man, you looking for a new like group of friends or something? No?
Look, I don't know what bus station she's at, but the bus station in my town does not fucking look like that.
How do you know it's a bus station? The sign's only 700.
Well, you don't live in San Francisco.
That's true. The bus station in my town has way more like cokeheads or crackheads.
Or both.
Would they have a bus from here to Minnesota? They'd be like, bitch, you cannot ride a bus that far.
That would literally be like a 2-day bus ride, right?
Yeah, that'd be rough.
I mean, if the bus isn't stopping.
So I have a short, funny story to tell about bus rides. So the radio station I listen to locally here in Dallas, the Ticket, they always do this like bet every year, and they have a bet payoff. I think it was the year before last. The bet payoff, whoever lost, and it's like a pick 'em for like NFL games and college football games. They had to ride a bus from Dallas to Phoenix for the Super Bowl. And it was like a 25-hour bus ride.
God, that sounds awful. So miserable.
Yeah. And those things have improved a lot over the years, but they still suck.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just riding like on a bus for 25 hours, basically.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that like every 4 or 5 hours when they get to a new town, they stop for like an hour.
Yeah, there was a couple times they get out. So yeah, Dallas to Phoenix was literally 24, 25 hours. So yeah, San Francisco to Minnesota. Yeah, like you said, it's gonna be like
that's like probably 36 hours just driving anyway, not on a bus.
I don't care what the cost to fly at that point. I would not do the bus.
Yeah.
We did put a friend Brett on a bus once from Norman to Tulsa because we convinced him to stay, but he had no means of getting back to town, and we literally paid for his Greyhound Back in college, we gave him $12 so he could make it back to Tulsa from Norman, Oklahoma.
Amazing, $12.
Yeah.
$12.
Brett was
100
literally
miles.
stuck. He's like, "How am I supposed to get home?" We're like, "Well, here's $12, and there's a Greyhound station."
How have I
Bitch.
never heard of that? I had no idea that happened.
Yeah, he
No
came
one
down
could
for a
drive him?
weekend. No, because he ended up staying for a Sunday, and then me and I don't know what his name on the pod would be, was Mark. We convinced him to stay, and he's like, "Well, how can I get back?" We're like, "We'll cover your ticket back to Tulsa," and it was $12.
How kind of you.
Wow. That's
Have to
true
ask-
friendship.
I have to ask him about that. Like, I don't remember why that happened.
I'm about to text him and ask him about it.
I know.
like,
I
yes,
really
you
want.
can
I'm really curious about this.
And that's
Yeah.
probably a
Yeah, I
short
know.
bus ride, but you could just not convince me to that at all. I love you guys, but there's no fucking way.
I probably would have done it. Like, it wouldn't have taken that
There
much
had to
convincing.
have been a reason we had him stay. Like, there was some party or something.
For the experience.
Yeah.
Take the bus.
The imaginary boyfriend here is actually coming in clutch.
It was
pretty
smart.
cute,
It was
too.
like Hermione's never-ending bag there that she stuffed them all in.
Yeah.
Just be positive.
So what is she
Positive
trying to
thoughts.
save now? Because like, there's no lands anymore. Do we still have a brain?
She has the ball. Isn't she trying to get the core memories back plugged in now? Getting back to the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
she's trying
I
to
mean,
get to the headquarters.
And they can also see the writing on the wall that Riley's going to get a crystal meth addiction in like the next 15 minutes. So
Yeah.
they really we've got to expedite this whole process here.
Did they not leave that window open? That's
They normally do.
yeah.
It was
You
raining.
get a
earlier,
nice
guys.
southerly breeze through there.
Raining.
Look
All
how he
the
pounds on the
moisture in
window.
here.
Great job by the costume designer dressing these characters. We already talked about Fear or Anger's outfit fits perfectly.
And what about the Nerve? How do we feel about him? Whatever fucking shape a Nerve
One of my
is.
favorite shapes, Nerve.
Stupid ass shit.
You know what my
Hey.
favorite shape is broccoli.
Yeah, you remember growing up, you had like that wooden thing, and you would like stick like the different shapes in. Like the broccoli was always kind of
Yeah,
tough.
Oh man.
Fit.
It never
Transform
fit
it.
for some reason.
We had a cookie cutter that was broccoli shaped.
Really?
No.
Oh.
You said
Goddamn.
that so
I,
so
totally,
matter of
I
factly.
totally believed you.
It's a good way to convince a kid to eat broccoli, I guess, to trick them to think it's going to taste like a cookie.
Hey, it's a
It's weird though, because in Nate's quote, the director does understand shapes. He was like, star, square, nerve, broccoli. It's like, wait, but
No.
you
we
need some.
slowly get farther away from shapes.
Yeah.
Sorry, going back to the, I love this scene is what made me start crying. Like in the like, the fact that like why we see the purpose of sadness here. Like you think it's like such a you don't need that emotion. It brings you down.
Yeah.
Anxiety brings you down. All these things, but like I love how they show that all part. I mean, this is corny as fuck, but like how we need all of these to balance us. And,
No, yeah,
and
the
I just
sum of the
lost it in
parts.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joy is as important. Sadness is as important as joy.
Well, also like it gives you the perspective, right? Like if you were
You
all
can't
like
you can't be joyful if you don't have sadness.
No, exactly.
right, if you have nothing to compare it to. Yeah.
Everything
And-
plays off of each other.
and joy's realization here of what sadness brings to the table. I think sometimes when we are in those moments, like it's hard to be like we want to get out of that, but it's something that's so powerful.
Well, and I guess too, and they kind of play it up earlier, but like sadness, the whole time does sort of seem like she's really just delaying the mission.
Mhm.
Like she's like,
Yeah.
Joy is like literally dragging her through one of like the archive of all the memories.
Yeah.
If you're happy all the time, you're not happy all the time.
You're
Right.
happy and you know it. Clap your hands.
Or you're an Instagram influencer who's just putting on a fucking
Oh,
facade.
they have perfect life every time, every day. Everything's great.
But they're probably making more money than we do.
Maybe.
That cookie wasn't shaped like a broccoli.
Was it supposed to be?
I don't know. He was just eating a cookie, and I just had another excuse to bring up the fact that broccoli's not a fucking shape.
Thought we agreed here that the broccoli is a shape.
You know what I think could kind of be good is like a corn muffin, but with broccoli in it.
Oh, okay.
And dip it in like a broccoli cheddar
too, maybe?
cheddar soup.
See, I was actually thinking jalapeno.
Well, jalapeno is like common, like cornbread.
I've had like a cheddar cornbread before, and it's really good.
Cheddar and broccoli go together.
You could do cheddar, broccoli, cornbread, mix it all together.
Fuck me up.
And then dip it in some chili. That sounds awesome.
With some jalapenos in it.
Jalapeno, yeah, and the chili.
Yeah, why not?
Nate, I'm telling you, bro, fork squad.
We talked about that for a long time.
Oh, I know.
We've literally been talking about that for 8 years.
Brian's probably got a logo in his head.
Oh, trust me. If just tell me go, and I've got it.
Okay.
The F in fork is
workshopping
a fork. Yeah. What
Dad's
I really want to
mustache
see
is on point.
Absolutely. But the 5 o'clock shadow though shows you've been working some late nights at the startup.
They got it. They're on the ground floor of AI. They're trying to get some shit going.
And yeah, I've had to do some coke to work the late nights, but that's part of the job.
It's in the job description, in fact.
Yeah, we might want to take that off Indeed. I think it's limiting our candidate pool.
Now, only the highest quality candidates say, yeah, I'll do coke voluntarily.
So, Nate, you might have mentioned this earlier, but I know there were a couple of recasts. Are there any emotions that were in this one that are just not in the second one?
That is a great question. I know. So Lewis Black is making it back as anger. Obviously, I said earlier, Tony Hale is replacing Bill Hader's fear. Phyllis Smith will be sadness again.
Yeah, she's got nothing else going on. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think all the original ones are going to be
she's got
in there.
the Office reunion coming up in a couple years.
Mindy Kaling is not back though, right? That was the one that I remember was really controversial. She got like really mad at the creatives.
Yes, correct. She's not coming back, but they are having that emotion come back. Disgust. Liza Lapira? I'm not familiar with her.
Oh, yeah, that lady.
Okay, so then they don't have to like, not that it would be anything more than like a one-off line, but they don't have to explain any of the emotions not returned.
I don't think so.
I mean, worst case, you can say the
short
emotions
glance.
went through puberty and have different voices.
You know, that'd be a good way to play it, but I don't think they need to.
Is the new one going to pick up like right where this one leaves off?
No, I bet you she's aged a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet.
But this one ends with like the hint of puberty happening.
Right, but like it's not hitting yet. Right?
Well, I think the cool one for the second
guys,
one
I want their jersey.
So what I want,
I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
The world of the Mighty Ducks, and she's going against some of the players and Gordon Bombay comes to recruit her.
If I wish the dad would be like double fisting beers, like man, the only way I can get through these fucking games is to be hammered drunk.
And the mom has a Stanley full of wine.
It's the only way to do it.
Her lips like clearly have like red wine marks on them. I don't think I realized that cutaway earlier to them was in the mom's head.
See, I think this is going to be what the next one's like.
This is great. Boner alert!
Yeah. Where's all the blood going?
Where's the...
That would be like a cycle you're talking about, like jokes that only adults get. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. A kid be like, I don't get it.
We're losing blood fast. What? We're not cut anywhere.
This is what I hate about this podcast is we always come up with things that are so much better than what like the movies actually do.
Yeah.
And then I'm just disappointed.
You know how many parents would walk out of this film if there was a word like them saying the blood is gone.
Yeah, but see, like, it's so like what's the word I'm looking for? Veiled that like kids wouldn't even pick up on it.
No, kids.
By the way, I don't think so.
Forward, oh my god, he handled the puck like a little bitch.
The Bash brothers are about to come in.
Guys, that was Inside Out. Pete Docter not knowing his fucking shapes.
And spelled his name wrong.
Ronnie Del Carmen co-directing.
Wow.
Let's go around the brain again. I don't know if that's the right thing.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
Get everybody's final thoughts. Thurman, let's start with you tonight.
And spin-offs if you have one.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Spin-offs.
Yeah. This is a good one. It's thought provoking, especially watching this as an adult. Like we mentioned through this, you get to kind of think back and see how like emotions work in your head today, and like how they conflict and how they fight. But it's funny because like you may not think about this on a daily basis, but it took a quote unquote kids movie to make you think about this, which is one of the other magical things about Pixar is them introducing this to kids and adults, and it giving thought-provoking things to adults, and not just making it all about kids and children. And they do some pretty good stuff over there. I think they've got a good formula. We'll see if they work out in the end, old Pixar. But they seem to be doing all right so far.
Too early to tell.
Yeah, like we said, they hit on so many different levels. They're awesome. As far as a spinoff, I think they could do like an Inside Out 2, where she's like going into her teenage years.
Wow.
No, wait, no, because that's. But hang on, that's the thing that's happening.
No, he's
I'm not going to
wait, Jeff. Don't hold him.
Yeah, it's totally his idea.
I'm
Let
not
the
going to
man
waste any
cook.
time because I don't have anything. So I'll just move it on to the other imagination geniuses over here to pin on any sequels because I don't have anything. So
All right, Cycly, let's go to you. Last thoughts and spin-off sequels to Inside Out.
Yeah, I said this on the pod. I obviously did miss about 15 minutes of the film cooking.
Disgusting.
Not meth. I was not cooking meth. I just want to clarify.
Definitely wasn't drugs.
It wasn't meth. Why do you keep saying that?
It's just weird though that you're so
weird.
trying to get out in front of it. You know, it's.
I said this on the pod though. Like I love kids. I think we need to do more kid-centric things that hit adults and are multi-purpose because I think kids can handle things that have deep meaning. And this, even though this is intended for kids, still gave me emotion. There's so many films we've talked about. We've mentioned Up and things like that. It's like we love that. We crave that. So I don't know why we try to like hide away from that stuff, and we want to make things so simple for kids these days. For spin-offs, I'm going to take it a level above Nate and say, what about adulthood? What if the story continues after Nate's story?
Like the college years? Inside
Yeah.
Out the college years?
Yeah, what about her going for a job, studying for the MCAT? What about that?
Losing
yeah,
his
we
virginity.
could drag this out a while.
Yeah. What about death?
Someone-
like-
And then
Someone-
the sad
someone
ones of
mentioned-
like dementia.
yeah.
Oh God.
Dementia actually would be really fun. They keep erasing everything.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah,
Delete.
that sounds fun. That's the way I would describe that.
Well, to the head it might be, not to everyone around you.
Jesus.
Wow.
All right, Horns.
All right. So
I hope he comes with a real
I
one.
actually have two spin-off ideas that aren't stupid as fuck like your guys. No, but actually they're genius. Nate, I hope that movie gets made someday.
We'll see. Who knows?
To Cycly's point, now that I think about this movie in retrospect, and again, I'm not like on the pulse of like what 8 to 12-year-olds like find engaging, but I almost feel like this movie is too high concept for kids. Like watching it, like adults now, we understand like the impact like memories and different emotions have on like the human being. I don't think is obviously that's like why you're a kid, right? Your frontal lobe isn't developed. You don't get any of that stuff. You just like react like the way your body does and your brain does. As an adult watching this, it makes sense and it's really cool and creative. I feel like kids, it's almost just like you see Bing Bong and the bright lights, and it's really funny when anger gets upset. But I don't even think like the actual concept like clicks with you. Not in the sense that like they don't enjoy it, but this movie to me, to Cycly's point about like Pixar's ability to hit like multiple demographics, I think almost works better for adults than it does for kids in the sense of like getting the point.
Yeah, that's a good point. I agree with that.
My 2 spin-off ideas. Imagine Inside Out, but it's one of 2 people's brains. It's Tim Burton when he's coming up with the idea for Beetlejuice.
or any of his films.
Right.
Let's be honest.
I think Saki will like this one better. It's Jim Henson in college coming up with the ideas for the Muppets.
Dear God, the drugs involved.
Yeah. And so it's just like the inner monologue that's happening in his head as they're conceptualizing these 2 insane IPs.
How does he even come up with Gonzo? That would be the most incredible scene in that film.
What does his imaginary friends look like?
Right.
Oh
That's
my
true.
God.
All right, Banner. It's all to you.
Mine. I think this is something. I think Cycly requested this. Some of the things that would be in my head, and basically it's just 3. We've got drunk, which looks like a key because that's a shape. Stoned, which is shaped like a chicken because again, chicken is a shape.
Not a stone.
Wait, why is stone shaped like a chicken?
Exactly. And then
Stone.
confusion, which is shaped like a foot. Those are the 3 emotions that are in my brain most of the time. And they just go on a little adventure, you know? Maybe ride that train with Bing Bong to the bar.
So you're stealing Bing Bong? He's like a crossing over into this universe?
I'm not stealing. I like to strategically acquire.
But you're going to have
Bing
to pay
Bong is
royalties.
free for all.
Bing Bong is public domain.
Visible
Bing
on
Bong!
anyone.
I have one of the best lawyers in the business in Ronnie Cycly, so
Yeah.
I can use Bing Bong free of charge.
That's true. If anything, Disney is losing IP case by case right now. So
Like, fuck, not another Bing Bong case.
Oh God, here we go.
Guys, we are the Bro Force Squad podcast. Wherever you're listening to us, hit the subscribe button, whether that's on YouTube, iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Is iTunes a thing still? Or is it just Apple Podcasts?
It is Apple Podcasts.
It is Apple Podcasts now. See, that's how old I am. I don't even know. iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening to us, hit the subscribe button. You can catch all of our content on our website, www.broforcesquad.com. Till next time, for the American hero, our lawyer, and the mayor himself, I'm the mad scientist. We will catch you in puberty.